Hello and welcome to the In Deep with Book of Me series. This is the February 2015 prompt. So a quick catch up on how it all works. Over the course of 2015, the prompts will be delivered monthly on the first of the month. There are two exceptions for this year, April and December, when the prompts will be daily. And to assist you in your planning, the prompts will be released halfway through the previous month, so middle of March and middle of November. So let's see what the February prompt is. The February prompt comes from a quote by Mark Twain. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did. Explore, dream, discover. This I thought was a really good prompt. It enables us to reflect on our own lives, look at the choices we made and things that we didn't do, and did we or did we not make the right decision. It also, as historians, gives us an opportunity to explore what we know our ancestors did. So we know that they did something and perhaps they didn't do something. Perhaps they wanted to go to Canada but didn't. Was that the right decision? Did they stay and live a life of poverty rather than take the chance? This is a really good opportunity to perhaps explore in terms of yourself or from a genealogical perspective. So let's see what the suggestions are for this prompt. So, decisions and opportunities. Are they wrong decisions? Or are they an opportunity to learn and develop further and become stronger and better people? Do we learn from our mistakes? Explore the quote. Cast your mind back to decisions that you've made and things that you didn't do. Do you look back with regret, or do you stand by the decision that you made? Or you can use the quote as a hypothesize and discuss something that an ancestor did. I used this prompt in two parts. I wrote a regret that I have, a decision that I made that was perhaps wrong, on my personal blog, my private blog, which will be a legacy for future generations. But I also did a hypothesis on an ancestor. Not an ancestor of mine, one of my husband's paternal great-grandmother, who grew up in Yorkshire, married and had 3 children, and then at the turn of the century, so just after the 1900s, met another man, had a baby with that other man, and then went to America, where she lived the rest of her life. Whilst I don't think she made the wrong decision, there was obviously something that led her to that decision. It would have been really tough for somebody in the early part of the 20th century to have done that, in terms of leaving her children, in terms of seeking a divorce. It in fact took her until 1921 to obtain her divorce. And I do have a copy of the divorce papers that were located at the National Archives at Kew. But I think what I've done with this prompt is look at it from the perspective of how she would have been viewed in the early 20th century. The views of women were incredibly different. So this is a time before women had the vote. It's a time where people were living from Victorian values. So it gives us a sense of context. So do I think she regretted going to America? No, I don't. Do I think she regrets leaving her children? Perhaps. I think that is a tough call for any parent to have to make, especially a mother. But I hope that I've done the prompt justice when I've looked at my husband's ancestor, and I have shared my views on this prompt on my blog a little earlier this week, so hopefully you will have had a chance to see it. If you haven't had a chance to see it, do go and have a quick look at it and see my stance on how I've looked at this lady in terms of the quote. There's no judgment on my part. I didn't know her, and in fact it was only about 2 years ago that I in fact saw a picture of her. I like her because she was gutsy and she followed her heart and took some real chances in life, and we only live once. So that's it for this month, and I will be back with you with the prompt for March, and I'll see you next month. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.